Welcome to the One Up Podcast. I am your host, El Kabat. What, nigga?
Loud, nigga. You blowing out the mic.
All right, do it again.
You're in the rut.
Look at fucking Zencast. You can see your mic. You got to put your gain lower, nigga. I
Let
tell
me
you this
put
shit
my
all
gain
the
up.
time.
What
You're
about now?
way
Is that
too
good?
Look at his gain.
Look
at it.
So, let me see my
Look
game.
at
I'm
Zencast.
screaming at the top of my lungs, and I'm not reaching those heights.
Hey. Oh,
Nigga's
wow.
a fucking animal.
This nigga said, "Oh wow."
All right, right there.
What was that?
I was testing to see how loud I'm getting, and then it won't blow up.
Hit me with a welcome to the One Up Podcast.
Welcome to the One Up Podcast. Damn, that should have been blown. It's so blown. All right, hold on. All right, let's do this straight. Come on. I'm gonna say put your nose when we're restarting now. Welcome to the One Up Podcast. I am your host, El Caballo, aka Tony. Here with some of my nearest and dearest. We got Doe.
What's up?
We got Pucho.
What's going on, my brother?
And we got Mateo.
How's it going, man?
I'm all right, man. Y'all boys looking good. Pucho's got that shiny curling head going on. Doughboy's got some tan line issues on his face. And
Yeah, he's looking red.
Mateo's got the
I'm
rabbit.
laughing.
How was your week, though? How was your week, though?
I'm about to go mess with my camera settings now,
No.
right in the middle of the pod.
No.
I'd be pissed.
I'll be mad.
You see that he took the fish
Doe's
shot?
doing fantastic, all right? He met Track Bike Tony 2 times last week. 2 times.
Yeah. Yo, I not only am I continuously meeting Track Bike Tony, I actually got to drink with him at the bar on Friday, which was real cool. Very nice. I have a picture of it on Twitter.
Did you snag his phone number?
No, nothing like that. I see him enough that I probably am not gonna need his phone number. I'm like, all right, I'm seeing this guy like on a monthly basis.
Cool.
Would that be weird, though?
I don't think so.
To get
I don't think he's trying. I don't think his objective that night was to get another man's number, though. I think he was trying to look for women's numbers. So I kind of.
I mean, at least you leave with a number. You're not striking out, right?
Yo, my man was pulling up. He pulled up. So I give it to him. He's cool guy. I got to meet his friends too. His friends are cool.
Oh, nice.
But that was fun. I went to a birthday party. We're breaking it down.
Oh, shit. Did anybody get the Doughy dream? Well, not go Doughy, but go whoever the fuck was at the party.
But yeah, they did.
Oh, my God.
They did.
So we don't got to do it for you. You experienced it.
I was in the corner and I was just like, damn.
Oh, wow. So you didn't join the circle? You don't want to give someone what you
he
want?
he was
mad.
pissed.
I was I wasn't like pissed, but I was certainly jealous. I was like,
I see. You felt envy.
yeah, but I was getting a drink.
My favorite detail about the night is Jesus said there was a dude at the bar whose breath was so fucking bad that he just couldn't deal with it. And the guy kept talking to Jesus's face. Jesus said his breath was so bad that he was sure that he had COVID. He got a COVID test the next day.
Oh gosh, hot breath is now COVID. That's a sign of COVID now. That's ridiculous.
He said it was that bad.
It was pretty bad.
What about you, Mateo? How was your weekend, man? Or week?
Not too bad, man. I finally went and test drove a bike, but the seat position on it didn't feel good. I ended up I did part of the test drive, and I was like, I'm not feeling this bike. So the search continues.
Yeah, no, it's a thing. It's a thing.
Oh,
Because I've also
Go ahead, my bad.
motorcycles. It
Okay.
doesn't matter. Bikes, stuff like that. It's not only got to be the right size for you, but you also have to be comfortable riding it in certain riding positions.
Mhm.
Like fast bikes, you're down in the front. Some of these other bikes, you're sitting upright. Some are cruisers, so you're sitting back and shit like that. So you got to find the right riding position for yourself.
Yeah, and I need to find. I've got some buddies that have offered me to just go and fuck around on their bikes because
You should.
I'm 7 months out of my lessons, so my clutch control wasn't as clean as it should be for me to feel comfortable riding a bike off the lot. So yeah, there's a little bit more work to do. I should have gone and bought a bike 7 fucking months ago.
Yeah.
but I'm so worried about finding like the right bike that I want that
Nah, find your bike, bro.
It's going to be the first of many, unfortunately. This is
Mhm.
what's going to happen. You're just going to either end up selling your old ones and getting a new one, and that's kind of the flow you'll go into.
Yep.
But
The
you'll
good thing
find
is
your
bikes
people.
are relatively cheap, bro.
It depends. I mean, like the one that I was looking at was about 5,500, which is on the higher end of my budget for a first bike, especially because you're going to drop your first bike. That's the assumption.
Yeah.
That's almost the fact. I know a handful of people that they've never dropped their bike, but most people they drop their bike at least once.
Right, but like 5,500 for a good bike, that's like I'm saying relative to a car,
To a
like
car, yeah.
your
Yeah,
car,
you can't
like
compare it,
a
though.
decent car is gonna run you like 14 grand or something.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. That's like I also heard like gasoline like on bikes are like those tanks only hold like 4 or 5 gallons or some shit, and they last quite a while. So even your gas like your gas
Mhm.
bill or whatever would be low too.
Nice.
Yep.
Unless
You
you get
just
an
die if you
electric
get in
bike.
a crash.
Dude, I would be down for an electric bike. Those things are cool as hell, but they're so fast.
Oh, they're fast.
I wouldn't feel comfortable on an electric bike
They're
right now.
fast, bro. If I was gonna get a bike, I would probably get an electric bike so I can be, eco-friendly.
I don't think I need to be able to do 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds at this point in my bike driving experience.
Well, if you got to take that mean shit and you're only a mile away, hey, you can be at your house pretty fast.
Yeah.
That's fair. How you doing, Pooch?
Yeah, what's going on with you, Pooch? How was your weekend, bro?
It was all right. I've been I'm still recording in my bedroom. All right. So I painted the walls and I went to New York. All this shit. I've been doing all these things. I haven't gotten a chance to finish the room. So this week I was still building out the accent wall or whatever. So I cut a bunch of wood and measured it and all that stuff. So it's all good to go. At least he painted it already. So yeah, sometime this week or this weekend coming up, I'm gonna nail it to the wall, build my desk, and move back into to my bedroom. So
Sweet, back to the main studio.
yeah. So besides that, I've been playing Metro. I beat Metroid Dread this week. I copped it this week and beat it this week. Fire.
Nice.
No way.
Yeah,
Damn.
it was awesome.
That's
Great
fucking
game.
cool.
Best Metroid game for sure.
You
So that
think?
was definitely good. And I don't know what. I think I was just so bored waiting for Doughboy to play Metal Gear Survive, or not Metal Gear Survive, Metal Gear Peace Walker. I started playing Bugsnax. Right, that game was free when I got the PS5, and I was like, I don't know, it didn't like click for me, and like I don't know, I started playing it just like 2 days ago, and I'm like, yo, this game is fire. Like it feels like Pokemon Snap or something like that. But so you're just going around and solving little puzzles to like capture all these little monsters and shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's doing it for me. All right, all these little quests, walking around, giving people interviews. You got to feed people the right animals. I'm catching little strawberries and shit, catching little bags of potato chips, giving people the taters. Feeding them. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's doing it for me. So
I've heard that there's some weird themes of body horror in that game, like because you feed people things and then they turn into whatever the fuck you feed them, right?
yeah, they become what they eat. So if you give them a strawberry, then you got to pick a body part to transform, and then now their nose is a strawberry.
That's awesome.
That sounds frightening. Imagine if that was your actual life.
Yeah, if that was my life, I'll turn into a chicken for sure.
Let me stop.
I'll turn into a chicken wing.
It'd be tacos.
I'd turn into a plate of mango. Los tres golpes.
I'm not gonna say what I'll turn into.
A sausage.
Can you imagine Tony's whole body would be reeps? Just
Multiple leaves on my fingers.
That's fucking disgusting.
What movie? What movie was that where the fucking guy Freddy got fingered? He was like, "I'm the sausage man." He was playing the fucking piano with sausages.
Daddy, would you like some sausage?
I was gonna say, Daddy, would you like some sausage?
I heard the director's cut of that movie is like 2 hours and 30 minutes. And like Tom Green wanted it to be like I heard actually it's better than the actual film because some of it they said they needed more air in some of the scenes of like silence and they didn't get to do that. And that the cut down version is kind of a mess, I heard.
Huh.
What an interesting guy. Tom Green just goes around in a van now and just records like video with like a drone.
What a wholesome guy. I love this guy.
That's cool. I mean, they ain't doing shit, but that's cool, I guess.
Okay, someone asked Tony the magic question.
Hey, Tony. How have you been this week, buddy?
My weekend's been good. Bought Luca a nice new bouncing toy where he can sit in and just jumps around like a savage, Randy Savage.
Damn.
Other than that, my team won. I won my bet again 2 times in a row.
I owe Tony $10 now. A grand total of $10 whole dollars.
And also my adult kickball league team. We won our first game last Sunday as well. Or last Monday. This Monday we go against our enemy, ex-friend,
Oh my god.
the snake himself, John Horn and his team.
Oh, I thought you were on his team.
No, he left us. He quit our
Wow.
team. He quit our team. He's gonna watch us and be tight, but he quit our team to go play with the enemy. So
Oh my god.
Are they
You
a better
guys should
team?
watch Ted Lasso. The second season. It seems like he watched it and just copied the plot.
probably. So we played against them. It's gonna be a lot of shit talking Monday night for sure. So kind of excited. But other than that, I'm good to go. I ain't got nothing else really.
Okay.
But in our beautiful, beautiful day today, what is one of your most controversial opinions? Quick hot take. Something that's just fucking, it's gonna ruffle some feathers. Right? What is your most controversial opinion, or something that's just it ain't gonna sit right?
Who are you going to start with? How are you going to choose who to start with?
I'm thinking right now. I'm gonna just look at the faces.
The faces.
All right, Doughboy, you can go first.
Yeah, you gotta go with that. That guy. Oh my god, that was fucking horrifying. What the
I don't
fuck?
know
It
what
was
that
like
was.
some combination of googly eyes and like fucking baloney. Like that's all I had. It's just like flapping baloney and googly eyes.
Yeah, if you were gonna go by face, I'm gonna give you a face. All right. I got a pretty controversial one. I think I think I think I'm sorry, I'm taking so long. I think that zoos and aquariums should be the last version of them. I think they should start to close these places down. Eventually get rid of them. I think the only time you should be holding an animal captive if you're gonna take care of it and or like treat it, especially a wild animal. Like no, I'm not talking about domesticated cats and dogs, but I'm talking about actual wild animals, like giraffes and like elephants and all that. I think they should be more protected.
By who though?
I just think whatever by laws, and you still got poachers out there. But I'm saying as far as the controversial take, I would just like zoos and aquariums to like phase out.
Some of
That-
Can you
I mean-
imagine? You know how old turtles get? Imagine like they're like, all right, all we got left are the fucking turtles. We gotta keep this bitch open for 90 more years.
Going off of what Doughboy is saying is wild though, because it's like half those animals that are in there are rescued animals. They just put them in a zoo or an aquarium, and they nurture them back to full health, and they get used to the environment that they're in. That releasing them back into the wild, they'll probably just die because they're not. You know what I mean? They get fed so
For
they don't-
sure, which is why you can't. And I'm not saying that reservations and places like that, those are very, yes, we need those places. Don't close those places. I'm kind of talking about like, listen, I love New York, but once again, you go to a place like the Bronx Zoo and you're like, this is skirting the line between like, and like, it's just the living conditions are just not there. And I don't think it's fair to do that shit to an animal. I don't know. I guess everybody else is living in the Bronx and everybody else has to deal with this. So why
The
don't
living-
the animals have to deal with it either? But I mean, I don't know. That's my hot take. You guys can attack me about it and ask, whatever.
Yeah, I don't. I'll start off because I do have an issue with that, because it's like, we're not an issue. I think that the animals in the zoo is not a bad thing, right? What we can say is better maintenance, better better treatment to the animals. But other than that, to get rid of the zoo, because it's also a learning experience too for the kids and for even some adults. You can't see these animals every day. You can't see a fucking giraffe like Lion Country Safari
Internet.
in
You
person.
can't look up a giraffe.
In person, it's a different.
Get a VR headset and look up some animals.
Not everybody can afford a VR headset though, but I can afford a
Well, I'm
$20
just saying-
ticket to go to the zoo.
You're right. It is also, there's an educational aspect. I could give you that. There's an educational aspect to it. You can actually, some people learn better seeing something than actually reading about it in a book.
Yeah, I mean, how else would I know if I'd be able to wrap my hands around a fucking giraffe and strangle him down? I can't see that on a video. I can't determine the thickness of his neck. I need to know what.
Have you seen a giraffe?
It's not since I was a kid.
I feel like you
No
should go see a
wonder.
giraffe again.
No wonder. Yeah, no wonder. That
I saw
makes a
giraffe.
lot of sense.
I saw a giraffe last year, and I mean, I was like feet away from the giraffe. There was like this like canopied area that it put his whole head in there. You're not choking this thing out. It's not happening.
I'm gonna go to Lion
Shit had
Country
me-
Safari and see.
Yeah. Nah,
They got
I
giraffes in
don't.
Lion Country Safari?
Yeah,
Really?
that's where Pucho saw it at over there in
No.
Loxahatchee.
I don't go. What the fuck? Just making shit up.
The-
I went to some zoo out here in Central Florida. I don't even remember what the fuck it was called, but it wasn't
You
no
know-
goddamn Lion Country Safari.
The Tiger King's family member owns that place.
Really?
Yeah, I saw that. That
Mhm.
was
That's
Is
That's
his last name
surprising.
Exotic?
I don't know, but yeah, it's Joe Exotic's family.
Yo, that
Um,
shit. Yo,
so-
he swore to God that Trump was gonna give him a pardon, and he got no pardon. They gave it to Kodak Black.
Yeah, that was strange.
That's crazy.
Yeah, fucking. So I don't agree with Doughy, but I don't agree with Tony's argument. I personally, well, all right, because Tony, you're saying like that animals could get used to those conditions. Like, what do you think a human, if you put them in a cage, like that'd be like they'll get used to that shit, right?
Yeah.
But we would all agree that it's a bad thing, right?
We have prisons though.
Yeah, I could
Sure,
I could
mean,
I could see that being a bad thing.
that's
Yeah.
with reason, though.
Yeah, I
like-
can agree with that.
Anyhow, and whatever. I just don't give a fuck about animals like that. So like, here's a hot take inside of a hot take. I don't give a fuck about zoos, aquarium, all that shit. I don't care that much about animals. Like when that Cecil the lion got shot or Harambe got shot, everybody like it was the worst thing that happened. I'm like, who gives a fuck? Like that animal ain't paying my fucking bills. Like, why do I give a fuck about that animal?
Damn.
That animal ain't affecting my life.
I
So
kind
yeah, I don't give a fuck about zoos. They can stay open.
I kind of agree with Doughy because I'm not a big animal person either. I don't get a lot of joy out of zoos. So I don't see why they need to stay open. I don't understand people that enjoy going and looking at these sad, neglected animals. And I have heard that like it's like SeaWorld in particular, like a lot of the large aquatic mammals they need so much more space than what they give them, even in those huge tanks that they have them in. Those animals are still like basically like, it'd be like having you in like a 10-foot by 10-foot room all the time, essentially.
It's also funny that people think that the animals are in pain. I honestly don't think they're in pain. Like, because as you see them, people are just coming and feeding them 24/7. So they're like,
You're not supposed to feed the animals at the zoo, aren't you?
no,
Yeah, you're
Lion Country
bugging.
Safari, you can. You drive your truck or whatever.
Mhm.
I think you can feed them out your window. Pretty fire.
I think I'd be curious how to compare those ones to like the traditional zoos, because there's a lot of those like drive-in zoos here in Texas, and the animals do seem a little bit happier. But I don't know, man. I've never looked into any research comparing the two, like between like the Bronx Zoo and like an open reservation kind of zoo like that.
Yeah, I'd imagine the zoos that have those open like environments, those animals are probably in a habitat more closely aligned with their natural habitat.
Yeah.
But yeah, seeing all those monkeys in cages and birds and fucking, it's they're certainly not in the environment that they're built for. I don't really care about them, but yeah, and I kind of agree with Mateo. I don't give a fuck about zoos either. Like, I'd be if they closed all the zoos, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd just be like, whatever.
Imagine the annual season pass holders. No,
I'll just get my money back if I was them.
I'm just saying, those people love going to watch. I don't know. That's what I just don't get it, bro. It's just a sad animal behind the. I'm like, these niggas aren't really that happy.
As a Texan, I do actually have a solution for this. We just turned the entire state of Oklahoma into one big zoo because there's no other point to that state. So we just turned the entire state into one big zoo. But you like sign a waiver when you go in, and it's just at your own risk. Like, it's just basically like wild animal land. You can go in there and look at the animals if you want to.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. I kind of like that. You put up these fucking Trump walls around the whole border, right? Then you fucking just release all the animals, and as you drive in the city, just to get out, it's a bloodbath. There's fucking body parts everywhere, blood dried up and shit. That sounds fire. I can sell that. That could be a theme park. Because all the animals will eat each other, my G. The lions will eat the zebras. The fucking giraffes will kill the fucking hippos. Some crazy shit like that.
You'll be down at Macy's like looking for a shirt, but you got to keep watching around your back to make sure the lion's not sneaking up on you.
What Tony wants is you put up a big Trump border wall all around Oklahoma. You charge people an entrance fee, and then you tell them, all right, you could kill 10 animals or something.
My God.
And you just have all these fucking hunters going. The state will make so much money. It'd be beneficial to everybody. We'll get rid of the zoos as the animals whittle down in population. As the animals whittle down in population, we'll slowly close all the zoos down. Everybody will send their zoo animals to Oklahoma as we whittle down the zoo populations across the United States.
Think about it, right? You get a tag. You put in a permit for a tag. You get one tag. That means you can kill one of any type of animal. But when you enter here, you can also get molded down by lions and tigers and shit. So this is some real environmental shit. And to make the money, you have cameras set up all in Oklahoma. Bro, this is fantastic. This is a fantastic idea. If I had money, I would do this shit. I would. Everybody wins. The hunters win. The people who protect the animals, they would love it because they'll get enjoyment of the animals killing the hunters. We're shutting down zoos, and we're systematically killing off all the animals that don't need to be. You know what I mean? This shit is almost a win-win.
We could just cut Oklahoma in half, and half of it becomes like native land, and the other half becomes like this crazy wild safari land that we're describing.
So where do the people live? In the native land?
No, they gotta go too.
You know,
they say you're talking about the most dangerous game. They hunt the humans in there too.
You do it like Alaska. You get $5,000 if you decide to stay where you live in this wild animal land. $5,000 from the U.S. government every year.
That is, if you survive, you get another $5,000 next year. That's beast.
Yeah. Alaska has that like that low end UBI. It's dope.
And honestly, you don't have to pay rent if you live there. Everything's paid for. You can go in the mall, wear whatever you want. You can go in the stores if people are working in the restaurants. It's all normal, and you don't got to pay for shit. It's free living, free everything. Just no healthcare, nothing. Because if you die, you die. That's it.
Oh wow!
You got to make it out if you want healthcare. But other than
injured at your own peril.
Yeah.
A gorilla comes and rips you both your arms up.
That shit sounds fine. We just fucking around, but in another universe, I would fucking open up a park like that.
This is some shit this definitely exists in the world of idiocracy. Like, it's a real thing there.
Oh man, you got any hot take? Are we done with this hot take, or can we move on to the next one?
We're about up.
I think we've exhausted all the funniness we could get out of this.